Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, coming back with a quick lesson through the spirit. I just want to have a few words, concerning this whole crisis, that we're having right here in Babylon, dealing with this pipeline shutdown, in which they initially tried to blame on a cyber attack, that allegedly happened, and they tried to pin the finger at Russia, which Russia came out and denied such an involvement. But you know, knowing how this devil roll and operate, we wouldn't be surprised if this was another false flag operation being carried out, because we know that in order for these devils to achieve a certain agendas, you have to provide a cause in order to work towards that achievement. Problem, reaction, solution. And we know that there are certain sustainable developmental goals that the UN, which is all being funded by the globalists, that they're trying to carry out, and this is all towards that whole build back better, um, great reset. This is all part of the great reset. So people are under the impression that this was a cyber attack, done by some boogeyman organization based in Russia, but this is your very own government that's carrying these things out, and there's motive behind why they would do such a thing, and that's what I'm gonna try to cover in this lesson, Lord willing. I try to hit the scriptures. As a matter of fact, let me get a scripture, because that you know these devils, they had to have a lot of discussions. It took a lot of forum meetings and councils for them to discuss how they were going to go about carrying out these agendas. As Proverbs 4:16, it says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. All right, and that's what's on their mind, in order to get what they want, because they have an evil, covetous nature. That's why it says in Habakkuk, woe to you, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. They have an evil covetousness, man. This is all about their desire to have full power and control over the whole planet Earth, controlling all natural resources and all the environment on the planet, and that's what they want. Okay, so this right here can be just another thing that they carried forth, all right, as another false flag, because they want to take control over the gas supply, in which really, because America is the top oil producing country in all the world, all right, but now all of a sudden this cyber attack happens, and now there's a shortage of gas supply. Well, that's how it's all by design. And for years they've been discussing how they want to get rid of um gas powered vehicles, vehicles that releases gas emissions into the atmosphere, in which this is something that they've been blaming on um the cause of so-called climate change, which climate change is pseudoscience. This is it's another false narrative that they created to justify why they want to develop all this technology, of control. Okay, so there's a couple videos that I want to show you that they very well have been discussing, and this has been on their agenda for a while, to actually get rid of the use of gas and replace it with um, energy. All right, and Joe Biden, he's been a big advocate of energy, or controlling the use of energy and basically operating all your technology through electricity and energy, and basically phasing out the use of gas or petroleum. All right. So matter of fact, I'm gonna start here, and this is dealing with California. This was 7 months ago. Let's play this real quick.
And that's just basic wavy guy maintenance, right? Next up,
Let me
Carvana.
try to skip this
Carvana just
ad.
doesn't seem to understand how the test drive works.
California is set to become the first state in the nation to phase out the sale of new gas-powered cars. A ban will go into effect 15 years from now. The state's governor says it's the right move for the environment and for business. Danya Bacchus reports from L.A.
Using the hood of an electric-powered Ford Mustang, Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order banning the sale of new gas-powered passenger cars by 2035.
If you want to reduce asthma, if you want to mitigate the rise of sea level, if you want to mitigate the loss of ice sheets around the globe, then this is a policy for other states to follow.
The mandate applies only to new cars. Californians will still be able to drive, buy, and sell gas-powered cars on the used car market.
I think it'll just make common sense to go that way.
Nothing can compete with the sound of a naturally aspirated 6.2-liter V8.
Exhaust from cars, trucks, and other transportation are a large source of air pollution, and California has by far the most cars on the road than any other state. Governor Newsom says his order will reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 35%. And not only will it help the environment, he says the electric car mandate will be good for California's economy.
This is the next big global industry, and California wants to dominate it.
California is already home to 34 electric vehicle manufacturers, including top seller Tesla, which announced plans Tuesday to make cheaper batteries. If other states follow California's lead on zero-emission vehicles, it could have a huge impact on the U.S. automobile industry. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, so you see that they have been working on a California law to ban the sales of gas-powered vehicles. All right, and I think like we always bring up that series on Netflix, Black Mirror, that particular episode where they was dealing with the social credit scores and whatnot, and that Edomite, she was on her way to a wedding, and she couldn't even make the flight because her points kept going down. She kept losing points on her social credit score, and you have to have a certain score in order to have certain privileges. So she ended up getting a car rental, and when she went to go get her vehicle, she didn't take it to the gas station to fuel up to make that travel. She went and got it charged up. All the vehicles were dealing with electricity. So they show you even in these TV series of what the agenda is and what they want done prior to it even happening. So you can see that this is a thing that they've been talking or discussing about for a while. All right, and now because the power's in their hand, they want to accomplish it. Let's go to Micah 2. Micah 2:1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." And this was another, evil that they practice, that they had the power to carry forth. I actually believe that it was, Biden administration, the government that actually, have a hand in this whole pipeline shutdown. It had nothing to do with Russia. I speak as a man, but that's what I believe. Just knowing how these devils operate, how they get down. All right, this is all by design, because they want control. They want full control. They want to control all your natural resources on the earth, all industries, all markets. and they want to be able to ration some of these things back to you. So anything that they have control over, they know the people are have to live and sustain themselves, based off of these different commodities and supplies. If they take full control of it, then they have better full control of the people. This was all an exercise, man. This whole pandemic psyop is all an exercise, man. All right, they took all the power from the people, and now people are vulnerable. Now, people not sitting on anything. They don't have anything anymore. And what was one of the slogans that was said in that ad dealing with the World Economic Forum? You will own nothing and you will love it. Now you're seeing that all these small businesses are suffering. Like, for example, if this continues to if this gas crisis continue to happen for a certain period of time, it's going to lead to more businesses suffering. Any of these businesses that actually service the current infrastructure, they're going to suffer, man. Because you need gas. You need it, especially like for these truckers. How are they going to be able to deliver? Delivery services are going to get hurt by this, man. You even got people that rely upon the job apps, the app-based jobs. People that deal with delivering out of their own vehicles. They set their own schedules and they go out there and they do their deliveries. Well, your pockets are going to get hit because now you're being affected by the shortage of gas supply. This is all being controlled. Problem, reaction, solution. Just like the people was panic buying water and toilet paper when the first shutdown happened last year. Well, they know that they can control you when there's shortages of certain supplies, man. Now people are scrambling and piling up at the damn gas stations, man. People are agitated. People getting into fights. People coming with their little gas cans and filling up all type of gas cans, hoarding up gas. I wouldn't be surprised if people start, killing each other and robbing each other in broad day over gas. And elites sit back. The elites are sitting back and they're like, man, this shit is working. While praising Satan, man, that these things are going through. That they're actually are succeeding. Okay? See, that's why the scriptures say, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. We know what's going on. The prophets, the men of the Lord, we know what's going on. And this is going to lead to more insurrection. This is going to lead to more austerity. It's going to get real extra tight. You already got inflation going on. They managed to cut a lot of supply chains behind this pandemic that they're running, the scamdemic. Now you're finna see it's going to be a heavy demand of certain goods, but it's going to be a shortage of it. Now the prices are going up on certain commodities. So these devils, they're operating, at a rapid rate right now, because the scriptures say the devil has come down into having great wrath because he know that he have but a short time. So they're trying to get a lot of things done in a timely manner because their clock is ticking on their rulership. All right, they're very determined to get this new world order popping. Okay, but anyway, now this video right here, which this is I'm not sure if this is gonna get me striked or not, because I don't think they use those key words, but Lord willing they don't strike me. But this is this video right here will help you understand how this can very well be, a act of your own government. Basically, this is all being done by design. Okay, so let me play this real quick.
Governor of Michigan, but actually I'm a scientist. You've got solar and wind opportunity all across the nation. In fact, if you look just at the upper northern states in the West, they could do
Notice they hyping up, solar wind energy. They talking about energy. They've been discussing this for years. All right. And, through climate change, one of the things that they want to control is energy rationing. Okay. They want to control that. They want to control your agriculture, which is why Bill Gates, just last year, he bought up all that farmland and then turned around and said, let's save money by sticking with synthetic meat. Everybody eats synthetic meat. So you can clearly see, and that's why you got to pay attention. That whole you can Google it, the 2030 agenda, which deals with the 17 goals of the United Nations. Look at that map. Look at all those different things that they want to develop. All the different things that they want to take control of. One of those things is energy rationing. Another is resources. All right, land. They talk about they want to get rid of hunger. So this is what they're doing: buy up all the farmland and give you Soylent Green, so to speak. They also want to ration water. They want to control the water supply. That's why I think that there's some kind of conspiracy with how over here in Nevada you have this company called Real Water that deals with alkaline, pH water. And out of nowhere, the water just started to become contaminated, and it started to cause liver problems in people that were drinking it. And there was a spirit. We stopped actually drinking that water, months before the reports came out about it causing, certain ailments in people. People, getting sick, extremely sick drinking this water. And then now there's a water shortage over here in Lake Mead, which supplies most of the West Coast with water. So he's taking advantage on all levels. That's why we got to pay attention to it, man. All these things can be found on those 17 goals of the Agenda 2030. All right. And this is all leading to global enslavement, because this isn't just for America. This is globally. This is for the whole world. They want to take control of the entire planet Earth. They already got all the wealth that they want. These families are already worth hundreds of billions of dollars and trillions of dollars, but that's not enough. We need to control all the planet, the trees, the agriculture, the animals, all right, the medicine, the energy, the water, the cities, and even the people. That's what this jab is all about, man. And then eventually the MOTB, that microchip.
Geothermal, or you could look at Texas and say we could lead the nation in the solutions to smart grid. In the Middle Eastern states, which have access to forests and to agricultural waste, they might say we're going to lead the nation in biofuels.
At the Department of Energy, we have the solutions to tackle our climate emergency.
This morning, the cyber attack on the nation's largest fuel pipeline now leading to gas shortages as multiple states face dwindling supply.
So you still don't have the technical information you need to be able to be responsive and to provide support to critical infrastructure. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but that is not surprising given that it's, they've only been working on the incident response since over the weekend, and it's fairly early. We have had historically good relationship with both Colonial as well as the cybersecurity firms that are working on their behalf.
Up until 2020, the United States had imported more petroleum than it had exported.
I've been in 2 gas lines already.
This morning?
This morning.
How long did you wait for the first one?
I've been in both lines over an hour, and I'm out of gas. dead out.
Baby boomers and older generations remember the double whammy oil crisis of 1973 and 1979. It was a wake-up call that America's dependence on foreign oil meant our national security wasn't all it was cracked up to be, and that the bounty of American oil had to be tapped.
America is now the world's largest oil and gas producer, which was unimaginable just a few short years ago.
Now the power is being turned off under the installed and illegitimate New World Order stooge Joe Biden.
I'm announcing my plan for a clean energy revolution.
As the AAA said prices were heading towards their highest level since 2014, and emergencies are declared in at least 18 states. But this time it isn't Saudi Arabia quadrupling the price of a barrel of oil due to support over the Yom Kippur War. This time it's a combination of intentional, horrible leadership.
Biden's decision to revoke a permit for Keystone XL will certainly be a topic of discussion. It marks the end of a saga spanning more than 12 years over the pipeline meant to carry Canadian crude to the United States.
Cyber attacks.
Russian cyber hackers are going to ruin our gasoline, our transportation, and our electricity grid. This is a terrible position for Biden to be in, and so far, he and his folks have said nothing.
Even with the turning on of the pipeline system, they still may feel a supply crunch.
And the United Nations Agenda 2030 with a motive bigger than Dallas.
It is the inventory and control plan.
Listen to this right here, what this woman is getting ready to say.
With a motive bigger than Dallas.
It is the inventory and control plan. Inventory and control of all land, all water, all minerals, all plants, all animals, all construction, all means of production, all food, all energy, all information, and all human beings in the world.
See that? They want to control everything. And that's that evil covetousness. When you read Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, this is Habakkuk 2, and yeah, I'll start at verse 5. Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says, "Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home," which is why he's in every other place, causing wars and disturbances, trying to monopolize and take control of resources all over the place, because he's a greedy demon. His desire is insatiable. It says, "Who enlargeth his desire as hell, it is as death, it cannot be satisfied." Those sustainable developmental goals of the UN Agenda 2030, they want to control everything. They're not satisfied with the portion that they already have. You're the 1%. You have all the world's wealth, and you done took, the wealth from the middle class all last year. This whole pandemic or scamdemic was designed really to take back the power and wealth from the middle class, and it made the rich even more super rich. You see? So they can't be satisfied, man. Let me get this in the Apocrypha, because basically Esau, he's the ultimate niggard that ever existed. You can't be more of a niggard than Esau. All right, Sirach 14, which is why he wants to take control, monopolize on everything, and then he wants to be the one to ration it back to you. That's a niggard right there, man. Sirach 14 and 9, it says, "A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drive up his soul." It's like they don't even have a soul, man. They don't have a conscience or regard towards humanity anymore. All they care about is satisfying their belly. All right? That's a niggard, man. So let's I'll read the next verse. It says, "A wicked eye envieth his bread, and he is a niggard at his table." All right, and that's why, you know, because you got a lot of our people, you know, that are they're feeling kind of complacent and comfortable because now they get to sit back without working and collect all this unemployment and these stimulus checks. And the scriptures say, "Eat not the bread of him that have an evil eye." He say, "Eat and drink, but his heart is not with you." That's why you're not supposed to trust your enemy, because like it tells you in Sirach 12, as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. Y'all have no idea what this devil's setting y'all up for, man. While getting y'all all comfortable and cozy, you know, thinking that, you know, you're gonna sit back and collect all this money and be comfortable. You know, you're gonna get these PPP loans, and you know, you're gonna get another stimulus. You're gonna get all this collect all this unemployment. Well, guess what? Certain states are already cutting off unemployment early. So what is your plan now? Cursed be he that trusteth in man. Woe to you that go down to Egypt for help. And now it's gonna backfire upon you, man. You're gonna find out why you never supposed to rely upon this demon, man. This man is the devil. Can an Ethiopian change his skin? Can a leopard his spots? So are them that are accustomed to so them. Slacky, let me go to it. Let's go to Jeremiah 13. And you got a lot of jughead niggas, you know, that swore up and down that Joe Biden was that guy. When you're getting ready to learn who this guy truly is, man, and he's not working for you. He does not have your best interests. All right, he's a straight up puppet for the globalist elite. All right, they're using him to get shit done, not for you. Jeremiah 13:23 says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil." All right, you can only expect for evil to come from this guy, even when he's trying to do good. It says in Sirach 14:7, if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, but in the last he would declare his wickedness, man. All right. So this is what he's doing. It says back in Habakkuk 2:5, it says, "But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay?" All right, which is he ladeth himself with that heavy debt. All right, and it's only gonna, you know, put this place in further economic turmoil. You know, almost $30 trillion in the hole. They can't bring that the economy back, man. Even though the elite, the super rich, they actually can do it. The Rothschilds can do that, but you think they're gonna do that? Hell no. Because a borrower is always gonna be servant to the lender. All right. The 1%, they're the head, and the rest of the world, you're the tail. All right. They're gonna do all the lending to you. You got to go to them for the one of all things. That's the control. This is what they're setting up in the planet Earth. All right. This is basically Esau on the left hand trying to forge the birthright that Isaac blessed Jacob with. That all nations basically should suffer him, serve him. So they want all the earth to serve them. So they want full control over you. They want control of your body, your mind, all the resources, all the food that you put in your body. This is his covetous. This is his desire. All right. Jumping down to verse 9, it says, "Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil." All right, so let's go from there. And let me get Psalms 140:8. Because, you know, with this complex that this devil has, if he carries these things out, he's gonna, you know, he's gonna exalt himself, man. You know, grant, it's like Psalms 148, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. Salah. All right, because this devil, you know, he has that God complex, man. He thinks he's the Most High. This is why he's doing all these things. But the Lord is seeking out all his wickedness till there's nothing left to be found. And then this devil's going to be judged. This is the man of sin that's being revealed, the son of perdition. And he's being consumed by the spirit of the Lord's mouth. Okay? So this devil, you know, we see what's going on. You know, the Lord gave us that eye salve, all right, because we're the light of the world. All right, and we can show you, we can tell you from a biblical standpoint, you know, what this devil got going. And he's going to keep getting exposed until the Lord finally returns and judge him. So I can, you know, so right now, you know, this is, which the Heavenly Father is in control. So he's controlling this devil to do what he's doing. And this is to bring forth more sorrows upon the people. This is what's going to cause more distress among the nations, more commotion among the people. You know, this is going to cause the grinding to cease even more. More loss of jobs, unemployment, which is going to skyrocket, and more crimes. You know, more theft. You know, auto thefts, robberies, home invasions. You know, people finna continue to lose their mind. All these mass shootings taking place. That's because people are in a certain mental state. You know, that's right now. You know, they're losing their mind. They don't know how to really handle this. You know, this whole situation. It's been going on for over a year now. All right. But ultimately, you know, this is going to contribute further to Jacob's trouble, where more plagues, you know, more pestilence is going to continue to increase, more sorrows. All right, nation rising against nation, more division. All right, and this is how Esau's world is going to pass away. Okay. So anyway, you know, I just want to touch upon this, man. You know, just to show that, you know, that's why the scriptures say, you know, Satan can't get in. We can't let Satan get an advantage of us. All right, Satan, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. All right, we got to keep that whole armor of the Most High upon us at all times, man, that we may be able to stand against the wiles or the tricks or the craft of the devil, because that's all this is, man. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai, and until the next lesson, Shalom.